What up, guys? Not to the stage. Today I'm going to be making a new what if Naruto was neglected and had would release. So before we start, I want to ask something, guys. Tell me the anime that you will recommend and tell me which what if you think that I should make. And before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into the what if. So for Naruto to get the whole style, I'm going to say that Hashirama, I'm going to say that when he was about to die, he left his chakra so that his whole style wouldn't die with him, because he knew that the next generations wouldn't be able to get the whole style or the whole style Keigenkai through normal means or through natural means, and they could even kill one another trying to achieve wood style. So Hashirama, when he was about to die, he passed on his chakra so that he could find a suitable host who can handle his chakra and give him the would Genkai safely, not through experiments like Orochimaru did to Yamato. Yes, I think it was Yamato. So that's what happened. So, with that explanation of the way, let's start. So Naruto is born the same way like in canon. There's stories that so Naruto is born the same way like in canon, but he has two siblings. Like in our is he has two siblings, Menma and Mito. And when Naruto was being born, he's going to be hated by Kushina a lot because Naruto was unfortunate enough to be born with whiskers, and these whiskers were caused by the Ninetales chakra had influence in Naruto, but the Ninetales couldn't control Naruto. I'm going to say that the Ninetales tried to take over Naruto's body when he was still in the womb, and Hashirama's chakra was just running the world, and so that Naruto was going to be taken over by the Ninetales. So it entered inside Kushina's womb or stomach, and it chose Naruto because the Ninetales was going to affect Naruto the most, because the Ninetales saw that Naruto's body is strong, and if he could get possession of that body, it could broke out and be free. So Ashirama decided to put his chakra inside. No, Ashirama's chakra decided to get inside Naruto, and Naruto, the Ashirama chakra managed to repel the Ninetales chakra, because Ashirama, I think that he could handle the Ninetales fairly fine. So he put his chakra inside the Naruto's body, and it was sealed. So Naruto could get the Kekigenkai to suppress the Ninetales. So Naruto is born, and Kushina hates him from the get-go. And when Obito comes to extract the Ninetales, he still succeeds. But when him and Minato were fighting, Minato prevailed and managed to go back to the scene very fast. And he sealed the Ninetales inside his two. He sealed the Ninetales chakra inside his two children, Menma and Mito, and the soul inside Naruto. Menma got 50%, Mito got 45%, and Kushina got 5%, so that she can live, because Minato had this theory that if a Jinchuriki gets some of the chakra back, he or she could live. So he did that, and she survived. So we time skip to a 4-year-old Naruto who was just sitting in the basement with no lights, no windows or anything, so that the natural light could get in. There was nothing, so it was just darkness, and Naruto was just sitting there while he could hear laughter by his two siblings, while they were playing with their father Minato, and Minato was trying to teach them jutsus and the other things that they could need when they grow up. And Naruto was feeling so much pain because he wanted to play with them too, and Kushina was laughing with them because they were having fun, and Naruto was just sitting in the basement because he was told to sit there. If he ever comes out of the basement, it's either to eat, and sometimes he doesn't get to eat, he just sleeps hungry, and he doesn't get breakfast sometimes or lunch. So Naruto is just sitting there wondering if it was a mistake, if he was even born. So Naruto was just sitting there when Kushina arrived because they were finished what they were doing, and Kushina arrived and said, Naruto, it's time to clean the house. Naruto got up and took the cleaning tools and started cleaning the house. A 4-year-old kid cleaning the house, and she told Naruto that I want this house to be spotless, while Kushina was just sitting in the couch reading a book. And Menma and Mito were out playing with Minato because Minato told Kushina that they were going to take this practice outside or training outside because he was training their skills so that they could be the best in the academy and be the best ninjas. So they were playing outside, and Naruto started cleaning the house, and Kushina just got up, and Naruto was wondering where Kushina went, and Kushina went to the kitchen and she took out a plate and let's say that she served herself some food and she ate, and then she came back and sat down and said, Naruto, did you clean the dishes? Naruto said, yes, I'm already done. And then Kushina said, what if I find a dish in the kitchen? And I'm going to beat you up if I find it. Naruto said, I cleaned the dishes, knowing that they cleaned the dishes and there went no dishes in the sink. I don't know what do you guys call it, but where I live is called a sink. So Kushina says, I'm going to look. When she went there, she saw a plate and said, Naruto, come here. Naruto said, what, mom? And she said, don't call me that. And she gave Naruto a slap and said, Naruto, what is that? Naruto said, but the plate was not here when I finished. The Kushina said, you are lazy. You are just making excuses. And she kicked Naruto in the stomach and beat him up. And Naruto was told to clean the house even when he was feeling pain. So Naruto continued cleaning the house. And Naruto said in his mind that one day he was going to show them that he is not a demon, he's not a loser. He is going to show them one day, and he cleaned the house like he was told to do. So I'm going to timeskip when Naruto was 5 years old. When Naruto was 5 years old, he was given time to go and play because this was now on Naruto's birthday. They knew that if Naruto gets out of the house on his birthday, the villagers were going to beat him up because they were going to remember the incident that happened, let's say 4 years or 5 years. 5 years ago, they want to remember the incident that happened 5 years ago, and they will start beating up Naruto. So Naruto was beaten up, but he already got used to the pain because the villagers beating is nothing compared to Minato's beating and Kushina's beating. Those villagers are just nothing compared to those two. The way they beat up Naruto, my man, is like resistant to pain, but it will still feel. So Naruto came back home and he saw Joraya and Tsunade, because in this what if Tsunade and Joraya, I'm going to see that they come a lot to the Namikaze or Uzumaki household. So he saw them and said, "Hello, oh, good afternoon, what's up, what's shaking?" And they said, "Well, fine, Naruto, take a seat." And Naruto sat down. Menma and Mito were smiling because they knew what was going to happen. They were discussing this while Naruto was away. They were discussing that they were going to kick out Naruto out of their house and they're just going to live by themselves and finally get rid of the demon. And Joraya, when he came to tell them about the prophecy, this was a good thing. So this time the prophecy went like this: a child will be born. This child will be a descendant of a prodigy, because Minato is a prodigy, and this child will have the powers from the past, and this child will save the world. So Jurai interpreted this. So no, he's going to say it like this: this child will have the chakra of the past. So Joraya interpreted this wrong and thought that if this child has the chakra of the past, it might mean that Menma and Mito are the child of prophecies, because they have the chakra of the Ninetales, and the Ninetales is like a thing of the past or ancient. So they thought that maybe it could be that, but they were wrong. The thing of the past was Hashirama's chakra. The chakra of the past, it was Hashirama's chakra, because the sage didn't tell them that it was Hashirama's chakra or anything, because he didn't see it in his prophecies. So they believe it was that, and they went to kick out Naruto of the house, and they plan to live their merry life without Naruto being in the equation. So Naruto was told the news that he was going to be kicked out of the house so that he could grow up. They were just telling him this to trick Naruto. But Naruto just said okay, because he knew that this was coming eventually. Because they could wait for Naruto to turn like 10 or 12 to kick him out. No, so now they had a good chance. So Naruto just said, okay. Now he just said okay, but wanting to test something. He said, Menma and Mito coming with me. And they said no, Menma and Mito need to be here to train with Minato, because they are the child of prophecies and they're going to save the world. And think about the world, Naruto. If you are here, we'll just interrupt their training. And then Naruto said okay, and he was given the keys to his new apartment, or the place where he was going to live. So Naruto took all of his stuff, which was just a bed, an old bed, and some clothes, nothing more. So he went to his apartment, a 5-year-old living by himself. He went to his apartment, and he was there. While Naruto was in his new apartment, there was like a small table, and Naruto, I'm going to say that he punched that table, and when he punched this table, it created like a reaction. Naruto was like angry to that point that when he was going to punch that table, his fist was enveloped by wood, and he punched that table and it broke in half, because Naruto didn't punch the table with his bare hand, he punched the table while his fist was enveloped by wood. And Naruto was confused. While Naruto was still confused, he blacked out and was in a mindscape. He saw a man wearing armor and with some string symbols on the armor, and then the man said, "I am Hashirama Senju, and this is just a recording that I made using my chakra. So you are the one to inherit my chakra. You must do good with this chakra, and you must save others. You were given this chakra because your body was strong enough to handle it, and you were resilient enough not to die. So you must be careful not to show anyone that you can use these skills, because they might come after you wanting your cells like they wanted mine, and you're going to do many things while you grow. But now you can only do like a small tree with your wood style, so you must train it. And you can even make a golem and a dragon using wood style alone, or even a Buddha statue that I used to make. I don't know if it was a Buddha statue or sage art. Buddha, tell me in the comments down below. So Hashirama's chakra told Naruto all of this information, and Naruto woke up and he was excited that finally something in his life is going right, and he was happy. So I'm going to time skip to where Naruto is like 9 years old, and all of that time Naruto was training hard. He was not slacking around, he was training. By this time Naruto could make a wood dragon fairly easy, and a small wood golem like picture like a truck. Yeah, let's say a small truck. I don't know how to say it, but picture a courier truck, or let's say there are no objects that I could compare with. Let's say a small wood golem, because I don't see any objects that I can compare it to. So Naruto could make a small wood golem, and he goes to the academy for 3 years, and he passes with flying colors, and he gets put in team 7 with his two siblings and some Uchiha guy and a weirdo who is so obsessed with this Uchiha guy for some reason. So they were waiting for Kakashi to arrive, and this weirdo was just simping over this Uchiha boy called Sasuke, and this weirdo was Sakura Haruno, and the two siblings were just sitting there like quiet, and Naruto was just sitting opposite, far away from them. So Kakashi arrives and said, "Meet me in the rooftop, and I'll tell you." Meet me in the rooftop, and they meet him there. They meet him there, and Kakashi says, "Tell me about your dreams and likes." And Naruto said, "I don't have any likes except training, and my dream is to become the strongest ninja and show some people that I'm not a useless person, or I'm not a demon." And me and my mate just smiled and looked at each other, because they think that Naruto is not going to be a great ninja. Sakura says, I want to be with him. I'm not going to say it. So Sasuke said, I want to be the strongest ninja and be the strongest Uchiha leader ever, and maybe become Hokage, because the Uchiha massacre didn't happen. Sasuke is just a little bitch. So Man My Mito said, we want to be this. I want to be the strongest. Man said, I want to be the strongest and become Hokage. Mito says the same thing, and Kakashi says, you're boring. And they do the bell test that I'm not going to cover, because as you can see the time is late. I need to sleep. So they do the bell test and they pass, and they spend a month doing day rank missions, like catching cats, doing errands, and they got sick of them. And when my mentor said that, can we have a serum machine, and Minato didn't hesitate. He just said yes, because he thinks if Naruto gets killed in these serum missions, the demon is dead. So he gives them the escort mission to the Isle of Ways, and Tazuna was told to come in, and he didn't make fun of anyone this time, because I'm too lazy to make fun of them. So they were briefed on the mission, and the next day they were waiting on the leaf gates to go to the village, to the land of waves. So they were waiting for Kakashi to arrive. So this is where I'm going to end it off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I enjoyed making this one because I did it. It's been a long time since I made the what if that wasn't related to Dojutsu or the eyes. So peace, and comment down below if you are the first one to watch this what if, and if you're the first one to comment, and just comment and the video squad, and I'll see you in the next one. This was Naruto Siege. Peace.